Well, howdy, hi everybody. Guinness77 here with the next video. This is the Admiral Graff Spee. Picked it up as part of the German dockyard. Pretty interesting looking ship. She's a good looking ship. She is a bit of a one-off. She's got really big guns. Not much of them. Those are the guns you find on, I think, Tier 5 battleships. But she's not a battleship. She's a cruiser. And she's got the weak armor to prove it. So let's talk a bit about the ship. 125, 80, 80, 105. You can see that the armor on the guns is a little bit thin. But the artillery is 283 millimeters, which definitely makes her guns, at least as of now, the biggest guns of any Tier 6 cruiser. That's nice. I just wish she had more of them. You can see the armor down below. 40 millimeters, 20 millimeters, and there's a little bits exposed above the water. And then some bulkheads at an additional 25, 100 there. And on top of that, 16, 25, 25. And on top of that, 13. Oh my god. This ship simply does not have tons of armor. So, you don't want to take a lot of hits. Now, her survivability, 39,400. For Tier 6 cruisers, she's got the very best hit point pool. And that's without modification. But don't let that fool you. Don't let that fool you, because this ship cannot take a lot of punishment. It just can't. Her artillery, that's the best part. I mean, she's got great big honking guns. She just doesn't have much of them. You can see the reload time, 20 seconds. That's not so good. The turret rotation is not so good. She's got a decent chance of starting fires and really hard-hitting AP and good velocity on the AP as well. She does have decent secondaries, quite a few of them, with only a 3.4 second reload time. And a 5% chance of starting fire. Quite a few of them, too. That's something else that she has. She's got torpedoes. And they're middle-of-the-road torpedoes during... they've got an 8-kilometer range, which isn't the worst, but it isn't the best. So those torpedoes will do 65 knots, which isn't the worst. It's not the best. And they do 13,700 in damage, which is not much better than the worst. But really, with those numbers, those torpedoes are usable. They are usable. A 90-second reload. Fast turret rotation. All in all, if you're careful in how you use them, they can be used as an offensive weapon. Her AA is quite good. It's a 44. There's a few ships that are better, but not many, and quite a few ships that are worse. Now, her maneuverability is the worst of Tier 6 cruisers. 28.5 knots is all you're going to get for speed out of this thing. 25, that's the worst. Now, what this means is that if you're in this ship and you're player versus player, the enemy can dictate the distance between their ships and yours, and they can keep it. You can't do that. So you're going to have to be really careful if you start engaging other ships in a player versus player game. When you're going against the bots, they just kind of charge in. The rudder shift at 10.3 is not that good either. It's usable. The concealment is middle of the road. 12.7 by sea, 6.8 by air. There are a few that are better and a few that are worse. You just don't want to get hit in this ship. You don't want to get hit in anything, but this thing cannot absorb a lot of the punishments that you're going to come across out there. Now for modules, you can see what she's got there. Damage control party, hydroacoustic search, which you're probably going to be using, a fighter aircraft, and a heal, and you're going to be really glad you have that repair party. Now for upgrades, this is where a little disclaimer: outfit the ship the way you want a fighter. This is just how I did it. I went with main armaments mod 1 because I know if I lose just one turret, I've lost half my firepower. Auxiliary armaments is already pretty good. Don't really need that. In the second slot, your engine room is probably not going to get knocked out unless you're going up against battleships. And if you are, you've got bigger things to worry about than just losing your engine room. So I went with damage control mod 1. In the third slot, I really hemmed and hawed over this one, but I finally did settle on main battery mod 2. Secondaries were fine, AAs were fine. Aiming systems will give me much better accuracy, which is a highly desirable thing because these guns are not accurate. They're a battleship gun, and you're driving a ship the size of a cruiser. And torpedo tubes, you don't need it. Torpedoes are fine. Now in the last slot, I hemmed and hawed between steering gears and damage control mod 2. Steering gears would give me better rudder, and the rudder shift is mediocre in this thing. Well, actually, it's a little worse than that. But damage control is much more important to me. With this ship, you do want to maintain some distance. If you're going after destroyers, well, kind of a waste of time. These guns are not exactly what I would call accurate for a destroyer. After all, these are battleship guns. Don't get into a tangle with battleships. They will chew you up. So for these modules, I went ahead and went with endurance, so I'll know when to get on that rudder. I went with turret rotation. That's going to help me out if I get too close, and that's going to happen. I always get too close. Adrenaline rush. I don't usually get this, but knowing how this ship performs, this is like the third battle I've had in it. Yeah, I'm going to need that. Now for a 3-point skill, I haven't made up my mind. So with these things in mind, I'm going to pick a few of the flags to help me out here. And some extra EXP, a little extra speed. And I'm already camouflaged. Oh, I'll put a flag on. Yeah, a German ship flying a American flag, why not? Now in this battle, things went very well for me, and you're going to get to see it. The enemy decided not to focus on me, and they really could have messed me up. Wait a minute. What was I thinking? Much better. So you can see where I spawned. I'm going to try and push up the number 7 line or number 8. Now the rear turret on this ship, you really have to show a lot of broadside if you want to bring that gun around. You'll see. But the torpedo tubes have a very good firing arc. You really don't have to do much to get those torpedoes on target. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Let's move ahead a bit in the video. And a bit more. And a bit more. I should be spotting the enemy any second now. Okay, where is it? Alright, so we spotted the first cruiser, so it's a fair bet the enemy destroyer is a lot closer. And here they come. Well, why not? Well, the dispersion isn't as bad as I thought it would be. But then he's only 12 kilometers away. Whoops. Now that's a miss. Alright, so now I gotta start getting a little bit more serious here. Let's see what these big 283s can do. Well, that could have been better. You can see the rate of fire coming out of this thing is not that good. But hunting cruisers is what this thing is best at. You don't want to go after enemy destroyers or the battleships unless you have a really good shot. Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, look at them. They're all broadside. How lucky can a guy get? This is an ideal situation. Okay, now we're starting to see some damage. Alright, one down. Now, if the enemy was focus firing on me, I'd be in a lot of trouble. Wait for it. Okay, I'm gonna send some torps. Let's see what happens. Well, the torps aren't gonna get him, but there are other ships moving in behind him. That was a 4,400 point hit. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's gone. I am really lucky they are not focusing on me. A good way to play this ship would be to use the islands to your advantage. Oh, he's gone. Haven't had to worry about AA. I think that's a Fuso. Oh, he's decided to take me on. Well, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna take that torpedo shot. Let's see. I'm decently angled, as you can see down here, though my second turret cannot come to bear. There we go. Ooh! Yeah, that hurt. Nice. 7,300 damage. And I think I'm gonna land a torpedo. Yep. He's flooding. You can't fix that. He's gone. He's gone. Well, 50,000 in damage ain't too bad. Took second. I got lucky. The enemy was not focusing on me, and they certainly had enough ships to take me out. Remember, the ship is lightly armored. It just has really big guns. And the dispersion wasn't as bad as I thought once you get into close range. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have fun.